Hey y'all, this is the People's Finder podcast by Mera Berimo. Illuminate that which is hidden within you.
Hey loves, welcome back to the People's Finder podcast, episode 5. I am so excited to be back here. I'm so excited to create content. And I was supposed to do a book review, but I want to be doing a book review because I did it, but I didn't feel, you don't feel that connection when you just don't feel as if it's doing what it should do. And it just wasn't giving. So I removed it. But you're going to try again next time. As for today's episode, I want to talk about healing in general. And a lot of, I'd say Kenyans or Africans always think that healing is white people's thing. And when I started my personal development journey last year, I didn't even know what I was getting into. For me, my mind was, you know what, I just want to be the best version of myself. I didn't know where I wanted to go with it. I didn't know any direction. So I just got into it and I started watching podcasts and I started just listening to people and people's opinion and changing my mindset, trying to change my mindset. But for a very long time, when I started, I was trying, I could see the progress just a little bit, but it wasn't there yet. Like it wasn't giving 100. So I don't know, something was missing until the day that, I started becoming connected with my creator and just praying, reading the Bible. That's where everything shifted. That's where the personal development really started. It's like we started afresh and the growth was so much. And I was really hurt because I was like, I never knew this. Being raised a Christian, is one thing, but having that personal relationship is another thing. And it made it so much easier for me. And it took me like 10 steps forward. If I will still do it by my own, or I will be like, let me start reading books and all these things, it will have taken me years. That's the sad fact. But now it made it so easy. And I believe that everything starts with spirituality. That's the root of everything. Like I promise. Because it's when I started it, everything just shifted. My eyes were open. Even now reading the books and just make so much sense. So much sense. And the healing process began. And I didn't even realize that I had traumas in me. I thought that I was normal. Like I used to say that, I mean, I'm happy. Like, when someone tells me, Mera, there is so much happiness beyond what you have right now. I used to be like, I mean, I'm happy. May don't see any problem with me. But that was so true. The happiness is more. If you think you're happy, just know that there are some people out there who are really, really happy and satisfied. And one thing when you haven't healed and you haven't gotten to know yourself better, you have worries, you have so much anxiety about life and how you want it to unfold because of all these fears in your head or all these insecurities or what life has told you to believe. But that fear is reduced because you're so confident. You know that everything is going to work for the better of you. And maybe this is a sign for you to start doing the inner work. You can start reading books. There's a lot of books online. You can start listening to podcasters. But for me, I'd advise you start spiritually, start growing your relationship with God. That's the beginning. But try reading books, maybe it can work for you, but spirituality makes it 100 times faster. What you would have achieved in 3 years, right now, you know so much about it. And I was reading this book. I think I'm about to finish. I'm finishing it today. It's called Warrior Goddess Training. It's mostly about femininity. I've been such a feminine girl lately, and I just wanted to get in tune with my femininity because I feel like my masculine energy took over my life so much in the past because my femininity was wounded. And growing up as Africans, it's so hard to be feminine, like that full. I mean, it's possible, but because of how we are treated and we are told like life is hard, things like that. So you have to put your masculine shell so that you can conquer this world. But I just realized that having that feminine energy is so important. that a lot about just healing wounds, healing your feminine wounds. It's basically knowing who you truly are, having confidence in yourself, healing those parts that take out your femininity, and embracing who you are, embracing how you feel, expressing your feelings. And I think that is so beautiful. And I can see an improvement. But I think I healed even before I started reading this book. When I tell you spirituality heals you 10 times better, because I'm reading this book and I'm like, nowadays I've changed. I think this is how I act. And I'm such a feminine girl right now compared to how I was. It's such a nice book. And there is this girl on YouTube called Alexis. She talks about this every time and she is a life coach. She's the way she acts and talks. What you really want to be a feminine woman, you just want to express yourself better because that's what serves you right. And she really expresses how being a feminine woman, you shouldn't even struggle in life. Like when you have like a business that you love, you do the things that you love, like work seems to be so relaxed to you. That's what you deserve. And there's some people who are like, as women, work on very, even men work very stressful jobs and stressful careers. Like your job, you always wait for Fridays to have fun because Monday, the weekdays are reading to you. The weekdays are a mess for you. You just hate your work. And that's not how you should live life. Your life should be so relaxed. Find something that you love so that when it's Monday, you are enjoying it. When it's Friday, you are enjoying it. Your weekend is all week long. And being self-employed as a woman, she just emphasizes about self-employment. For example, having your own boutique. Maybe you love clothes. So you are really passionate with what you're creating, and feminine energy is all about creating and such stuff. Such a beautiful thing to read. But let me come back to healing. Let me stop talking about femininity. That's a story of another day, but I'm so obsessed with that right now because it has just made me feel so comfortable about me being a woman. And I just love being a woman right now. Also, when you begin your healing journey, okay, so this is what I do when nowadays I'm doing healing. When you are self aware of who you are, you notice every single detail that you do. You notice every single details that you say. For example, when I get triggered, maybe I see someone just talking so loud, and then it triggers me. I'll definitely know that there is a part of me that is hurt by that situation. I'm so aware. Like I'll be like, okay, why am I hurt with that person talking loudly? I know you guys would say, si anaongea na nguvu, like pona ongea na nguvu. No, that's not the case. Because the people who have healed, they are so chill, and things like those don't even hurt them. Things like those don't even do anything to their body or to their emotions. So I will come to the understanding that it has triggered me. And then I'll go back check my life. Maybe I'm scared. I'm the one who's scared to express myself. And then I speak out loud and I'll be like, Merab, you are insecure about expressing yourself. But it's okay to express myself. And then I'll tell myself, it's okay to express yourself. I don't want to be quiet anymore. I'm going to express myself the way I want to. And then it will just feel better. And that person, when that person talks loud, it won't hurt you anymore. I'm going to give another example about healing and how healing works because it's so interesting. Oh, let me think. Okay, I've got a good one. So, for example, you're that kind of person who always wants to win an argument. Oh, this is so me. But not anymore. Not anymore. Nowadays, I'm trying, by the way. I'm trying. Okay, sometimes I find myself falling, but I wake up and I'll be like, you can do this next time, okay? I like winning an argument. When it comes to a situation like that where people are arguing, and I find myself that I want to continue arguing even if I've said my piece because I believe and I'm so confident in what I'm saying and I believe that that's right. Nowadays, when I get triggered and I feel as if I want to just talk more until I say the last full stop, I calm myself down. I be like, okay, calm down. It's fine, Merab. Like this argument is not going to change your life. Let everyone go with the things that they see it's right. And everything just becomes so peaceful. and you leave. It will hurt you leaving because you're not used to that. Your body is used to you arguing, and this time you're telling it no. Of course, it's gonna hurt. Somehow you're feeling as if you need to go back and say something, but walk away. And this just trains you more and come to the agreement with your head, with yourself, that I don't need to argue. If I have to say my piece, I have to say my piece and I have to walk away. And this energy is also such a feminine energy where you don't argue with anyone that much. You just say your piece and then you leave. And then you let everything else unfold. And when you have such a very high self-esteem, things like those don't even hurt you. So healing is so much better. So don't not let nobody tell you that healing is not for Africans, that healing is for white people. Because guys, I know you will say, oh, I didn't have traumas. You will tell yourself that you don't have traumas, but guys, you have one, two, or more. Because you can't tell me you don't. I used to say that because I used to be like, me, I was raised so happy. My childhood was amazing. I have an amazing mom who didn't leave wounds, which mostly is true. But the things that put wounds in my heart was schools or friends or things that I see on TV that changed my mindset. Those were the ones that I really had mostly. I didn't feel they hurt me that time, but they did. Those are the ones that you need to accept and start working on. For example, I remember when I was in primary school, by the way, we had a teacher, we had this teacher who liked making fun of kids. And by the way, I have beautiful big eyes. My eyes are so pretty. Let me give you a story about my eyes. So I was walking on stage the other day, and this matatu guy was like literally shocked, and she was like, "What? Uko na macho rembo?" I went home feeling so good that day, and my self-esteem really improved. And that is why I'm so big now at giving compliments, because you can change someone's mindset so much. But anyway, this teacher used to like chongwaing my eyes. I don't know, he would make fun of my eyes. And there was this other guy who had big eyes also. I won't say his name, but he had big eyes. So he used to draw our eyes on the blackboard. Imagine a teacher doing that to a kid. And it was primary, not even high school. Primary, you're still a child. And I didn't notice how it hurt me, because when he was doing those things, I was just laughing and I was like, funny. But it really left a wound that I needed to heal. But now I'm like, my eyes are so beautiful. And he tried so much to make it feel as if it's an insecurity. And this is why I feel like parents should be so cautious with where they take their kids or what they expose on them, because it's going to affect them when they grow up. Mind what you're saying to your kids, what you do to your kids. It is very important. Anyway, please, if you're a lady, I'd advise you to read Warrior Goddess Training. It's such a nice book. I'm gonna link books and podcasters that I really want you guys to start listening to if you're beginning your journey, in the description below, and also a link to where you can get free books. Honestly, my cousin introduced me to this link and I've been using it so much. And guys, let me tell you something. When you have healed all your traumas, I'm not there yet. I know it's gonna take years and years and years, and learning it takes years, but when you begin and when you start seeing the transformation in your life, everything just becomes so much peaceful. Like life becomes so much peaceful. You become so much happier. Your confidence is high. You don't have anxiety about the future because you know everything is gonna work out for your own good. And I used to see ladies who live like this, like their work is to travel because and they do something that they love. I always ask myself, like, why not me? Why not me? I deserve living this lifestyle. And our African mindset has been made in a way of scarcity. We have such a scarcity mindset. I'm sorry to say this, because that's what we see around us. But I always ask myself, I deserve to live in a big apartment in Westlands. Why not me? I deserve to live in a big apartment in Kilimani. All those people living there, what are they doing that I'm not doing? I do deserve that. And just dreaming big. And I wish we could all dream big. Like, if you're here, please, let's dream big. Let's have bigger goals. We deserve to do the jobs that we love. We deserve to live where we want to live. We deserve to travel. And we're going to get there if you get in touch with yourself and know who you are and know what your desires and passion are. And then you execute them and be creative, produce things out of them. It's so possible. And also praying. Don't forget praying, because for me, everything is that we can't have all these plans in our head. I was doing this on TikTok. I was saying this on TikTok about vision boards. Like, as much as it's important to have vision boards, I create vision boards. I think they're great, but don't hold on to it so much, because at the end of the day, it's God's plan. It's His plan is gonna work and not yours. But at least create so that He can see what your desires are and He can give you what you want. But don't hold on to it so much, because most of the time we don't even know who we are. We don't know ourselves that much. We think we do, but we don't. I was shown the hard way, because I feel like the universe knows me better than I know myself, because it gives me the things that I need. And sometimes when it gives me something, I'm always sad because I didn't want it. But after a few months of having it, I'm like, you really know me. I really needed this at this time, even though I felt as if I needed another thing. And I think that's the beginning of self-aware, when you just start accepting a situation because you deserve to be in that situation at that moment. Being aligned, I always pray to be so aligned with God's work. I'm always like, am I doing the right thing? Show me a sign that this is the right thing for me to do at this moment, or I'm in a good place at this moment. Because sometimes you can rush and then we end up not being in a good place, because you should not lean to your own understanding. As a very spiritual person, that's what I believe. Leaning to your own understanding can really take a left turn, because you don't know in everything. You even don't know yourself yet. So I hope I've convinced you guys to start your healing journey, because it's so beautiful. Because I really want everyone who I know and people who I don't know, I just want us to grow emotionally, physically, spiritually, and just be the best version of ourselves. And it's so nice because you become happy and at peace. Yes, life is not perfect, but you at least know yourself, and that's so beautiful. Oh, also, I wanted to say this before I close. I just wanted to say, like, being contented with yourself and healing and loving yourself and trying to be that feminine goddess that you are, you should be very grateful at the moments in your life. Be very grateful with your surroundings. Gratefulness is such a big thing that we don't know. And nowadays, I'm so grateful for the little things. For example, and this I've learned from Alexis, as she's such a good teacher. For example, maybe I'm drinking juice in the morning for breakfast, and then my juice spills. Instead of me being harsh and being like, "Ah, sasa nimemwaga juice, today imenendeba." Instead of saying that, I'll be like, "Oh wow, I wasn't meant to drink juice this morning. Maybe I have to drink water." And that will just change everything, and everything will just be in good mood and just be like, water is healthy for me. Yeah, instead of juice, I want to be healthy. And I was looking at my views on YouTube. Okay, so the last three videos have 7 views, and then 10, and then now 11. And instead of me saying, oh, people are not watching, I'd be like, oh, it's such an improvement from 7 to 10 to 11. That's so nice. I'm just like being grateful for everything really changed your mindset, and it doesn't hurt me in any way. And I'm so happy. By the way, guys, all of you who listen and who view, I'm so, so grateful. And those people also who view my stories on Instagram, the people's find out stories. Thank you so much for the support. I don't take it for granted. Really makes me want to keep going. For the people who are following me on Instagram, you know that I was supposed to do a book review, Robert Greene Mastery. It's such a good book. It's about career, but I didn't do it because I didn't feel as if it's giving what it's supposed to give. And I don't want to put something out here that is not giving. You know what I'm saying? I want to put something that I'm very comfortable about. And this episode is really nice because I've just spoken from the bottom of my heart. I didn't have to plan anything. Yesterday I had this idea and I was like, okay, I'm going to record this today morning. And things have just been flowing so well. And I think I need to put more episodes like this where I just talk and not stressing myself about writing, because I feel like writing gives me a little bit anxiety. So speaking more is actually really good. Just speaking my mind is so good. But anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna end here the video. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and follow. Thank you guys for all the support. Bye.